What do you think you are doing? You can't just skip like that. This machine is highly technical and requires your attention. You want to know why? Oh, of course. This magnificent machine grants you 58 advancements. Before that, it was 42. A humongous upgrade. These advancements are a prime source of challenge and creativity in the fabulous world of Minecraft. They allow you to go beyond the boundaries of playing normal single player. You know, with your fancy kill the ender dragon on day 13 and leave the world right after. These advancements allow you to use features that you would normally never use even throughout every parallel universe out there. What an amazing feature! Let's break it. To be honest, 58 advancements ain't that impressive because I can get all of them with the orange turtle shell block. So yeah, screw that shitty ass slightly tan turtle. How about we combine it to one motherfucking arrow? Yes, you heard me and the title of the video right. With somewhat right precision, this machine is able to grant you 58 advancements with one arrow. And it's literally insane and really satisfying. After much of our lifespan of me and Terry experimenting, we are finally ready to go over how it works and if it is even possible in survival mode. Are you ready? Come along. First, let us discuss the rules. Yes, trust me, this will go quick. Firstly, we can have any progress on any advancement before we spawn in. So for example, we can have adventuring time only be missing one biome only for us to obtain later. Secondly, we can't gain any advancements before we are shot. Thirdly, no mods or data packs that add advancements obviously, and lastly, no inputs after the arrow is shot. For example, we can't move after we shoot the arrow. We can still let go of a button though, which will be useful later. Okay, now that the boring ass rules part is over, let's go over how the machine even works. Obviously, it works with a ton of redstone and very interesting game mechanics. But all that is way too broad, so let's go with more detail, eh? The machine is split into 3 segments in the overworld. Yes, that's right, there are 2 more dimensions it spans across. Anyways, yes, the segments, of course. They are poorly named the base, the above, and the below, just like last time. The first thing you'll see whilst looking at the base is that mischievous chest that contains a crossbow with piercing 4, leather boots, a spyglass, and the beautiful sexy arrow. The actual base, yeah, I didn't really know where to categorize the chest somehow, contains 2 animals of choice. I chose a cow and a pig mainly because of their hitboxes. And I also don't really want to sacrifice Terry, dude. After them, the third mob is the Grey Villager with the funny banner on his head, aka the Pillager Captain. Killing him will grant you voluntary exile, which is only 1 advancement so far. Also, quick side note, did you know that Mojang is secretly engaged with the crossbows? Yeah, that's because they got like 5 advancements about him. From those, we are utilizing 4. Those are Take Aim and Old Betsy for just shooting a crossbow, Who's the Pillager Now for killing a pillager with one, and Arbalistic, the groundwork of the base. Its requirements are shooting 5 unique mobs with 1 arrow, therefore necessitating piercing. Okay, now back to the mobs. We also have a Ghast, which I weirdly called Nintendo Wii. Killing him in the overworld grants you uneasy alliance. There is also Adventure and Monster Hunter, which requires you to kill any hostile mob. So in total from 1 Nintendo Wii, we get 3 advancements. That's a triple. Nice. But that's not all. Our 5th and final mob is the Skeleton. Shooting him with a bit of precision from 50 blocks away with a bow or the one with a cross grants you Sniper Duel. Great, we are off to a good start. 9 advancements only utilizing 5 mobs and a bow cross. Well, let's add another. The Skulk Callus is a feature that was introduced in 1.19. This block has the gimmick of producing Skulk, based off how much XP the mob that gets killed nearby it drops. Okay, let's get to the point. Killing mobs nearby the Callus grants you another advancement, which I hooked it up conveniently to the base. So in total, that is 10 advancements from the base alone, which is just scratching the surface. Our next segment may have very few advancements able to be achieved, but is arguably the most important section of the process, the above. This section contains a beacon, a lightning rod with encased villagers nearby, and a piston able to retract a block into a hole. The beacon itself contains 2 advancements, obtained by activating it regardless the power level so long it's 1 or higher, and activating it with max power. The power I mean is the blocks under the beacon, by the way. Surge Protector is gained by protecting the villagers from lightning using a lightning rod without starting a fire. I say protecting, even though I don't think this counts as protecting human Squidward. But these 3 advancements don't make this segment special, no. This category connects with the below, the section with over 30 advancements. Without the above, the below wouldn't exist either, just like real life. After shooting all 5 mobs from the base, you enter the gate to the below. First, we slide down a few honey blocks, which besides being a sticky situation, grants you a sticky situation. How fitting. Then straight into you go. What's that? TNT? Exactement. What the TNT doing? It be exploding a chest full of items. The items that carry a special attribute. A rare one indeed. The advancement attribute. Yes, and here you can find 26 items, which combined grants you 21 advancements. Which is crazy, lad. Okay, enough with the acting. Ooh, here is the introduction of one of the rules I mentioned. Remember, you didn't fall asleep, right? The rule? No inputs after the arrow is shot. We can still let go of a button though, which will be useful later. That later turns into now, since if we go shoot while sneaking and place a scope sensor, we get Sneak 100, a Skyrim reference, and an advancement. Wonderful! Anyways, once you are able to unsneak, you will find yourself on powdered snow. And since you have leather boots, that's another. Yay. Okay, here's where it gets a little controversial. I may have made a lazy mistake. Okay, let me explain. Having a spyglass in the offhand, you can zoom into a parrot. By then we achieve an advancement. Cool. But wait, how's that controversial? The guy next to you is wondering. Well, let me introduce you to promote spying on things with spyglass movement, or the Another mob you can look at from the 3 is an ender dragon. Now, you could move it with some insane knowledge of the game, but if I ain't got the knowledge of doing taxes, how to handle my depression, how to stop masturbating, too far ahead of myself, how the fuck am I supposed to know how to move a dragon to the overworld? But I know it's possible due to Donk M77, so what I did is just use the command to make this guy literally freeze. So one can argue that it's 57 advancements, which is only 1 less, so it's fine. Another really goofy advancement is the birthday cake one. Guess real quick what its requirements are. Yes, that's right. You need to have in a lake, carry a cake, and grab another cake. Keep in mind, you can't even do that as a player in Java Edition. Only 1 cake allowed. Then you have to have a note block being played, and the LA has to throw a cake at the note block for the advancement to be earned. What the actual Bro was really letting Gordon Ramsay become a dev. But at the end of the day, another advancement, which is all we need. This thing. This can really be considered the below as well as the above. But I put it here since it begins here, so a piston pushes you into the water, which lifts you up to the top, like literally, world height. But suddenly, on your way there, a mysterious phenomenon occurs. Is that a gas in 0.5 seconds time? Yup, and that spyglass did unlock its full potential after all. By now you can stop using the spyglass, you can sit back and watch and let the satisfactory commence. Anyways, at the top you will find a really annoying system I had to figure out that took an entire morning, which gives you enough momentum and height to give you a funny pop-up that says caves and cliffs. Interesting. Afterwards, you go up via a skulk sensor and a small amethyst bud, yeah I'm serious, and rise into the ending section of the below. On your way to the conveniently placed nether portal, you will pass through surprisingly the first tripwire so far, and the redstone activated will summon an iron golem and wither, which, well, I'm pretty sure you know what that does. And we are done in the stuff below. Now into the nether we go. Hey, that rhymed. So now we enter our unmentioned segments. Our 4th one is hell. Or the nether if you feel happy. So once entering the nether, you gain 3 advancements. Yeah, just like that. 2 for entering the nether and 1 for spawning in a fortress. The portal breaks and a piston pushes you onto a flying machine, which starts flying to the next station. But on your way there, a piglin that we captured and enslaved for this machine gets an addiction for gold and therefore grants you an advancement as long as we don't have gold armor on, which we don't. Don't worry, honey. Following that, we hit another flying machine that transports us towards another flying machine that is aligned with a bastion that has magical advancement granting powers. Also, quick side note, while testing if the machine works, a piglin shot me down mid-flight. How gruesome can one be? We still got more. After a smooth landing on that third flying machine, like seriously, check it out. How hot. You start leaving the nether and enter the end. I mean, kinda. It'll all make sense soon. Now for our final segment, the end. So after entering the portal, we find ourselves in a trial chamber, which gives us an advancement. Yeah, but hold on. How come we don't spawn in a stronghold if the segment is literally called the end? Well, the stronghold is like 20 blocks away, that's why. Anyways, right after, the portal breaks by water and it moves us to a group of dispensers that throw out wind charges and launches us over 8 blocks, which gives us l'avancement. Ooh, this one I almost forgot to include. This one is the Furious Cocktail, the advancement that requires you to have every potion effect applied. Why is it Furious, you may ask? Because 2 things, infestation and poison. Why do these make me furious? Well, you'll see in a bit. We are slowly reaching the end now, the dimension, not the end of the segment. But before we go in, there is a sly crafter once we hit the stronghold. And that crafter crafts crafters, granting us crafter crafting crafters. What a mouthful, am I right? Crafter crafting crafters? Alright, we enter the nether portal ripoff and find ourselves gaining 2 advancements just by existing. Here is where the dangerous duo come in. You see, infestation has a 5% chance to spawn a silverfish when taking damage, and poison makes you take damage. This can ruin a lot of things, so I had to kidnap some white guys, and for exchange of funny crystals, they killed a silverfish. This doesn't always work, but I haven't seen it not work, so I have hope. Anyways, that levitation and the shulker's knockback pushes us into a water elevator, which is around 50 blocks tall, therefore giving us great view from up here. And for our final advancement, an LA gets set free and starts giving us popped chorus fruit, which gives us our final advancement of this fantastic machine, which makes your total 58 advancements straight, but you just shoot the shopkeeper instead and save that money for later. So we are done with the 5 segments, but I still have a few things to discuss, like if it is even possible in survival mode. And guess what? It actually is! Alone, it is definitely impossible because you have to, for example, enter the nether to set everything up there, which already loses you an advancement, and that's just one example out of the various ones. But in multiplayer, it is actually possible if someone does the slack for you. But even this isn't perfect, because some of the advancements are player specific. They are You Got a Friend in Me, Birthday Cake, and Oh Shiny. So if you do this in multiplayer, you'll lose 3 advancements, which ain't the worst thing, but still a day for mourning. Now before we get to the eye candy, I got many comments of advancements I could also implement. I want to specifically go over the ones that I didn't include, whether they work or not. This one was the most commented advancement by far, and that was 2 birds 1 stone. And all I can say is, uh-oh, someone didn't pay attention in advancements class. This advancement is possible, but are realistic to get sacrificed, because you need to shoot 5 unique mobs. So at the end of the day, we get the same amount of advancements, so what's the point? Another highly mentioned one is Bullseye, which I have to admit, the only reason I didn't include this is because I got many skill issues. That advancement requires you to hit a bullseye of a target block from 30 blocks away, and I am skillless, so no. Speedrun time, adventuring time will take way too long, so no. Subspace Bubble is possible but also takes a lot of time, so I didn't include it. Monster Hunted won't work because you can't have progress already set before joining the world, so nada. Sound of Music is a tragic one, since it could have worked if Mojang wasn't stupid. But they aren't. Just for this advancement they are. This advancement requires you to play a music disc in a meadows biome, and some keen viewers may have noticed that the set biome of the base is a meadows. That's because I didn't know it would have not worked before I figured it out. You have to interact with a jukebox for it to work, which is not what we wanted. Alright, that's it. That was crazy, right? Now let me and Terry introduce you to the main event, the so-called eye candy. This is a one-in-a-lifetime experience. Now, are you ready? Let's begin! That was cool, right? This took me over 20 hours to construct, so it would be really nice if you subscribe for Terry. Anyways, here is the seed for the world, and even better, I made the world downloadable, so if you want to test it out, you can find the world in the description. And another thing, I did speed up things for entertainment at the main event, so if you want to see the full experience, click the card at the top right. Anyways, I wish you a good day or night, and well, not much else other to say, then bye!